So ESPN has made some announcements about who will be replacing Max Kellerman on First Take, which is a story that, look, my platform, I post highlights every day pretty much. The one that's hot off the presses on this platform right now, Who's FERRO, is the broadcast news. You guys are loving the broadcast news. Again, ESPN First Take have made an announcement. They're going in the direction of Michael Irvin on Mondays and Tim Tebow on Fridays to somewhat replace Max Kellerman. We'll explain it more here in a second. And throughout the week, the Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you're going to get your daily dose of the Kendrick Perkins of the world, the Marcus Spears of the world, the Dan Orlowskis of the world, those type of guys. I'm sure some insiders every now and then, like a Woj will be on. But that's what you're going to get for the future of ESPN First Take. So essentially a Stephen A. Smith catered show, obviously with Molly Rose moderating it, but that's what you're going to get. Now, if you guys follow my platform and watch my previous videos about First Take over the last couple weeks, I told y'all what ESPN would be looking for. I told y'all they'd be looking for probably a 40 to 50-year-old male that was a Dallas Cowboy lover. And, you know, when it all came down to it, I don't think they could find it. And I thought probably too much about this over the last couple of days, and I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys, what I think about everything. I think ESPN made the best of a bad situation, right? And what I mean by that is I told y'all I wouldn't have went in the Michael Irvin direction, and I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan just because it's too Michael Irvin biased, honest to God truth. I think, like, let's say the Cowboys are bad, which my Dallas Cowboys have been bad most of the last couple decades. If we're bad, I feel like after a few weeks that Michael Irvin, Stephen A. Smith thing is going to get repetitive, right? And, you know, again, teach his own. I wouldn't have went in that direction. Having him on every day, I felt like would have been a lot to deal with. They're not going to do that. They're just doing them on Mondays. The Tim Tebow thing, obviously for college football, you bring him in right before the weekend's college games. It's a smart idea. I actually was talking with one of my friends, pretty much a cousin behind the scenes, and we were like, yo, I told him, I was like, you know, Tim Tebow's name, because I think I said this to, like, probably right after he got cut by the Jaguars. Of like, you know, he crosses off a lot of T's and dots, a lot of I's. What I know ESPN to be looking for, what I know Stephen A. to be looking for. Let's be clear. Bringing in Michael Irvin and Tim Tebow was a Hollywood move from ESPN and Stephen A. Smith. Like, but I do believe, and y'all know I have the ultimate respect for Stephen A. Please, if you're new to the platform, go listen to some of my stories I have with Stephen A. I've met the brother, you know, when I was interning at ESPN. I have the ultimate respect for Stephen A. But I have to be real to you guys. My obligation is to be real with you guys first, the ones paying my bills. You know, Stephen A. in some ways over the last few years has kind of become a character of himself. Definitely post-Skip Bayless. Like I said, I love Stephen A. But in a lot of ways, some of his takes, you know, just the way, you know, he's become a character of himself in a lot of ways. And I think part of being that character of himself is going on camera and arguing with celebrities. And I don't think Stephen A. was going to ever buy in long-term to a Max Kellerman. Hell, I don't think he bought in day one to Max Kellerman for reasons we've already discussed on this platform, so we don't have to go back over them. But when you talk about Michael Irvin, you know, on Monday mornings, like I talked about in a previous video, I thought it was important for fans to know who's going to be arguing with Stephen A. Smith. And you got that with Michael Irvin. So after those big Cowboy games, after those big Steeler games, you know for a fact, fans throughout the football season, and Michael's probably going to do, you know, through the Super Bowl, you're going to know, okay, Michael Irvin's coming on Monday. That's important. That's important to me. And I think it's important to a lot of fans. On Fridays, Tim Tebow, you know for a fact you're going to be able to talk those big college football games with Tebow. Usually after the weekends, the NFL is the top storyline anyway, you know, so you can kind of get by with bringing on other hosts to talk college football throughout the week, you know, Monday, depending, you know, if Bama loses, obviously that might be a number one storyline. But outside of Alabama losing or like a Johnny Manziel type of season by somebody, which I don't expect, you can get by getting through the week with college football, you know, and then picking it up on Friday, you know, with Tebow. So I actually do like the moves that ESPN has made, just how they've structured it, putting set days for Irvin and Tebow. I would have liked for them to win and got just a one co-host, just to create the dynamics that you look for in debate television, or what we've grown accustomed to. I just don't think ESPN thought that guy was out there. When you're looking for a Dallas Cowboy fanatic, when you're looking for somebody that's got chemistry with Stephen A., somebody that he would respect in the business, also you're looking for just credibility, like a lot of different things. I don't think ESPN either thought that was out there, or maybe they didn't want to spend that type of capital to go get that person if he or she is out there somewhere. So that is what's next for ESPN. I was watching the clip from Max Kellerman's last show last week, man, and I reported to you guys a week or so ago that it was Stephen A. Smith, and that's according to the New York Post. He was the one that made the decision. He had some say-so in Max Kellerman leaving, and I've seen Stephen A. come out, and I watched an interview with him last week in which he said it was an ESPN decision, but New York Post they're reporting differently, and I trust that outlet. They're saying it was a Stephen A. call at the end of the day to get Max out of there. If you want to know why I feel comfortable saying I believe it was a Stephen A. call, because I've watched the program over the last 3 years, sporadically. I've seen Stephen A. make that call, via facial expressions, via the way he treated Max on camera. So I'm like it's not some far-fetched story that he made the call. Or maybe it was just one situation when ESPN was like, yo, we're thinking about making a change on First Take. What do you think? And maybe it was just simply, Stephen A. saying, hey, if y'all go in a different direction, I'm fine with that. I would prefer y'all do that. It could be something as simple as that, him making that call. I thought it was very telling that as Max had his final episode on First Take, not only was Stephen A. not there, he phoned in. Again, some people are going to say you're over-exaggerating, you're looking too far. That's a big deal to me. And I don't think that's an accident the way Stephen A. decided to handle that last day. I don't know where he was at. Was he vacationing? I'm not sure. But trust and believe, that's a big deal. And Stephen A. didn't even have the decency to put on that suit and put that green screen behind him and get on camera for a guy that he had shared that debate desk with for the last 3 years, and Max. He said some kind words about Max, to be fair to Stephen A. But to phone in on a guy you just spent your last 3 years with, he didn't do that to Skip. And I know him and Skip are real friends in real life, but to me, that was very telling about what Stephen A. thought about him and Max. I don't think it's personal. I don't think he doesn't like the guy. What I've consistently said to me still remains true. I just don't ever think he respected Max. That's what it came down to. That's all I've ever said. I don't think it's personal. I think when Stephen A. and Max, see each other, I think they'll probably have a better relationship if they stay in the same building, with Max not being on First Take, which I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. But what I said to you guys from the get-go was, I just don't believe Stephen A. ever respected Max. I don't believe he respected him enough to sit across the table from him and build his career with him. I don't. And to me, him phoning in told me a lot. Look, man, the gift and the curse with what Stephen A. Smith has been able to accomplish with the debate stuff is, I think he was, I don't think he ever saw a day in which he would do debate television without Skip Bayless. I think that was a shocker to him, like it was everybody else, with the move that Skip Bayless made from ESPN to FS1. And if you look at how Stephen A.'s moving, he's kind of chasing it, right? If somebody asked me what would Skip Bayless do for a show at ESPN if Stephen A. wasn't around, I would assume him to do, if Shannon wasn't available or something like that, I would assume him to do something similar to what Stephen A. did. You're looking for those clicks, those celebrities. Look, when you see the headline come across your morning news feed, wherever you get your news from, and it says Stephen A. and Tim Tebow debate the Florida Gators, or debate whatever the topic might be, debate Alabama, right? When you see Stephen A. and Michael Irvin debate Dak Prescott, how he looked in his first game back as a Cowboy, when you see those things, they're going to create national headlines. And that's what he's shooting for. To me, that doesn't mean the content within, the actual conversation is going to be good, because I really don't believe it's going to be good. I don't. But I know what he was shooting for here when Stephen A. He was shooting for celebrity, and he's a celebrity nowadays, right? So I get it. I totally get it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the decisions that ESPN and Stephen A. Smith have decided to make. Like I said, Michael Irvin will be there Mondays. And obviously, I think as the season picks up, you'll probably see him more as you get closer and closer to the end of the season. And, and Tim Tebow, obviously, as they get closer and closer to the playoff, I think you'll see him more. But for now, he'll be there every Friday. And then again, throughout the week, NBA season's going to get underway here in about a month. You'll bring in the Kendrick Perkins of the world, the Wojs of the world to fill the week out. But those are your Monday and Friday co-hosts of First Take, joining Stephen A. and Molly Rose.